The water. Alright, Shalom Israel. Y'all Bashim Y'all Shabbat to all the brothers, y'all Shematam Bashim Y'all Shai to all the sisters. Priest and Officer 1000 wide. I got with me Priest and Officer 1000 Barzal Call. Alright, we're holding down the Sabbath service for you today. We're going into the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. All right, we at the 15th verse. I thought I'm gonna have to call you up just for now. You know what I'm saying? With that, I mod him just the men up here. We're gonna go ahead and call up our first brother, Abad Hayah. Go ahead and step forward, state your registry.
Abad Hayah, Ban Bunyamin, Ban Yashral.
Abad Hayah, Ban Bunyamin, Ban Yashral.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat. Sir, if you don't mind, can you give the horn a blow?
La Yashral, which means to Israel.
Imagine everybody upon Wakadam, which we turn and face the east. All right, we face the east towards our homeland. You understand? Praying with our holy hands raised up, and of course we send out the prayers in the Hebrew first, and then in the English. All right. Did you want to take the Hebrew, sir?
I'll take it.
All right, most certain question.
This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Repeat after me. Abanaw. Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Hayah.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Malakka.
Taba'ah.
Tazaka.
Hayah.
I.S.U.P.K.
Baratza.
Kabor.
Hayah.
Bashamayim.
Nadananaw. Lakam.
Cow.
Yawam.
Wasalak now.
Kabawat now.
Kasalak now.
Kabawati now.
Wala'ah.
Abi'ayna. Wanasaya wood. Abo. Awashayna. Mayud. Rod. Kayub. Lakub. Malakwa. Wala'ala. Para. Labaloni. Amud. Lord's Prayer in the English. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth. As it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts. As we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation. But deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. And the power. And the glory. Forever. So be it.
This is the Hakak, the prayer for the power. Yahweh.
Ba'ashem
Ba'ashem
Yahushai. Baba Kashor. Nadananaw. Hakak. Larapa'ah. Kal Makala. Kal Marawa. Hakak. Latahor. Amatazariah. Hakak. Ahakmi. Amathi. Hakak. Al-Rakwa. Latama'ala. Gershud. Ba'ashem Yahushai. The water Amun. The prayer for the power in the English. Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Please give us the power.
Please give us the
The
power.
power to heal.
Power to heal.
All manner of sickness.
All manner of sickness.
And all manner of disease.
All manner of disease.
The power to cleanse the leper.
Power to cleanse the leper.
The power to raise the dead.
Power to raise the
The
dead.
power against unclean spirits.
Power against unclean
To
spirits.
cast them out.
Cast them out.
In the name of
In
Yahushua.
the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
It's the prayer to bless Israel in the Hebrew. Yahweh. I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
Barak Lanao.
Barak Lanao.
Vayashara'al.
Wabaya.
Sapariah.
Sapariah.
Barak.
Barak.
I.S.U.P.K.
I.S.U.P.K.
Wadaman.
Tuwaraman. In the English, Yahweh. In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
In the school.
In the name of Yahushua.
In the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
So be it.
So be it. This is the prayer for the blessings of Hebrew. Barak atah Yahweh.
Barak atah Yahweh.
Why Yahushua?
Why Yahushua?
Wamayaka
Allah.
Allah.
Tazba'ah. Alawap Yohanna. Alawap. Asaranya. Kwataziyani. Akayayani. Wakwati. Yahweh. I.S.U.P.K. Yahushua. Wadaman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh.
Bless you, Yahweh.
And Yahushua.
And Yahushua.
And Michael.
And Michael.
And the angels.
And the angels.
Commanding General Yohanna.
And GEN.YAHANNA.
The generals.
The generals.
The captain.
Captain.
The officers.
Officers.
The troopers.
The troopers.
And the sisters.
And the sisters.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of
In
Yahushua.
the name of Yahushua.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it. This Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. I.S.U.P.K.
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 Ahahori. Ma'ayan. Yaba'ah.
Isoriah.
Isoriah.
Ma'ayin.
Yahweh.
I.S.U.P.K.
Shemaiah. Baratza. Al-Yatan. Lamawat. Regalka. Al-Yanawam. Shamarka. Hanala'ah. Yanawam. Wala'ah. Yayashah. Shavamor. Yashara'ala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Yahweh. Zizalka. Aliyah. Yamyaka. Yawamot. Hashemash. La'ah. Yakaika. Wayra. Alayala. Yahweh. Shamarka. Kara. Yashamor. Aknapashka. Yahweh. Yashamor. Kazaatka. Kawaika. Ma'adur. Wa'adabalum. Psalm 121 in the English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence comes my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help comes from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
Which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth Israel
he that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy
The
soul.
Lord shall preserve thy going out
The Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in.
and thy coming in.
From this time forth
From this time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore. This Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Adami Alaka.
Adami Alaka.
Al-Dakarash.
Al-Dakarash.
Al-Dashakwa.
Al-Dashakwa.
Al.
Al.
Kayahana.
Kayahana.
Al-Yabika.
Al-Yabika.
Yahamut.
Yamud.
Yawud.
Yawud. Ra'ash.
Al-Aimaka.
Al-Aimaka.
Ariyamba.
Ariyamba.
Sawadah.
Sawadah.
Ayathah.
Ayathah.
Ayatazawud.
Yai Tazawud.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Al-Tazapawanyaka.
Amorwa.
Amorwa.
Lakawa.
Lakawa.
Manakakina.
Manakakina.
Magalia.
Magalia.
Wala'ah.
Wala'ah.
Yazakor.
Yazakor.
Sham
Sham Yashra.
Iwada.
Iwada.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Ayatazawud.
Yai Tazawud.
Ba.
Nabah.
Yakadwa.
Yakadwa.
Aliyaka.
Alika.
Bariyah.
Bariyah.
Yakarafwa.
Yakarafwa.
Alayub.
Alayub.
Adawum.
Adawum.
Ayashama.
Ayashma.
Alayub.
Ariyum.
Mawa'abu.
Mawa'abu.
Wagori.
Wagori.
Gabol.
Gabol.
Ma'amuwan.
Ma'amuwan.
Ma'amulak.
Ma'amulak.
Malashah.
Palashah.
Am
Yeshabia.
Tazawud.
Tazawud.
Gamashawud.
Gamashawud.
Nalawa.
Nalawa.
Aimun.
Aimun.
Hayawat.
Hayawat.
Zarawat.
Zabanyalawat.
Salah.
Salah.
Aishalahum.
Aishalahum. Kamadya, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayabya, Manakaw, Yashua, Ashamadwa, Dayun, Da'ara, Hayawah, Da'aram, Da'ardakma, Shaitamwa, Yamawa, Kaira, Kazabak, Kazabak, Kazatamana, Kaunasiakamwa, Ashur, Amorwa, Arasha, Lanawa, Lagwa, Alayum, Shayatamwa, Kagalgala, Kakwash, Paniraka, Ka'ash, Aba Ira, Alba, Dalahat, Arium, Khan, Ardakma, Basairaka, Babasa, Wapaska, Tabalum, Malaa, Anyam, Malawun, Wayabakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawah, Tabashwa, Wabahawa, Ayai, Wayakapora, Wayabadwa, Wayadaiwa, Kaya'ata, Shamka, Yahawah, Tabadka, Hollywood, Al-Karatza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
Below thy enemies.
Thy enemies
Make a tumult. And they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. And consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, Come and let us cut them off from being a nation. That the name of Israel may be no more remembered. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gabal and Ammon and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assyrians also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb and like Zied. Yea, all their princes as a Bach, as a Samuna, who said, let's take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh, my power, make them like a wig, as the stubble before the wind, as fire burneth the wood, and as a flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy temper, and make them afraid with thy stone. Fill their face with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, are the Most High over all the earth. Sar, which means to turn. Yeshavia, which means to be seated. All right. All right. So type in any questions. Y'all have questions, type them in. You understand? Any questions in the class, just raise your hand. All right. Lord allow, we'll get to your questions. Of course, like I said, we're going to go into the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter. We're going to start at the 15th verse. All right. I'll go ahead and take the first 7, if you don't mind. All right. So that's what, to 21, right? Mm-hmm. All right. 14. So, no, we're at 15. 22? That's not crazy. All right. Let's see. Where is it? All right. So Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15. Wahaya ama la'a tashamai bakwa Wal, Yahweh, Alahayak, La Shamar, La I.S.U.P.K, Kal, Matazawath, Yahweh, Waka, Kwath, Yahweh, Ashur, Ankaya, Matazawak, Haya, Wum, Wa Ba'awa, Alayak, Kal, Ha, Kuala, La Yah, Ha'ala, Wa, Hasha, Yagawak. Verse 16, Ara, War, Atha, Ba'ayar, Wa'ara, War, Atha, Bashada. Verse 17, Ara, War, Ta, Na'ak, Wa, Ma, Shar, Thak. Verse 18, Ara, War, Par, Ya, Ba, Ta, Nak, Wa, Parya, Ada, Ma, Thak, Wagar, Shagor, Al, Payak, Wa, I, Shathar, Ra, Taza'a, Nak. Verse 18, Rawar, Atha, Babak, Rawar, Atha, Bataza'ath, Ka. Verse 19, Yashalak, Yahweh, Bak, Ath, Ha, Ma'ara, Ath, Ha, Wama, Wa'ath, Ha, Magar, Irath, Bakal, Mashalak, Yadak, Ashor, Tha'ai, Shah, Aid, Shamadak, Wa'aid, Abadak, Mara, Ma, Panya, Ra'ai, Ma'ailalayak, Ashor, Aizabathanya. Verse 20. Verse 21, Salakia. Ya the Bakwa, Yahweh, Bak, Ha the Bar, Aid, Kala, the Wall, Athak, Ma'ail, Ha, the Ma, Ashor, Atha, Ba, Shama, Lara, Shatha. 22, Yakaka, Yahweh, Bashaka, Thug, Waba Kwadak, Thug, Waba de la Quath, Waba Karakar, Waba Karba, Waba Shadapa Yana, Waba ya Rakwa Wan, Wara Dapa Wak, Aid, Aborka. Alright, that's the first 7 in the Hebrew. Alright. If you don't mind, sir, could you take the English?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All right, so we was going over the first half, you understand, where if we would hearken, you understand, if we would listen to our Father, you understand, if we would listen to His word, to observe and to do all His commandments, you understand, that we would be put on high. And He went over all the blessings that would happen to us, you understand. We would be blessed, in everything we do, like I said, in all that we touch, you understand. Anything you go out to try and do would be blessed by the Most High God. You understand? But see here, we're going over if we wouldn't, you understand, if we wouldn't hearken unto the voice of the Lord our God, right? To do all the things that He told us to do. And this is the point, is that the Most High God, He comes with conditions to His love, you understand, to His rewards, right? And it takes obedience. Like the scripture says that it was always just the sacrifice was always a broken and contrite spirit from us to be obedient. You understand? That was always the sacrifice that He ever wanted. He never wanted these sacrifices to be of goats and sheep and doves and whatnot to be continually before Him. He wanted us just to be obedient to Him. You understand? And we chose this part of the scripture, right? So He said that if we didn't hearken unto the voice of the Lord, you understand, that all these curses shall come upon us and overtake us. You understand? And where do we see that, right? Like, it doesn't matter how hard you run. Doesn't matter if you go to a secluded island, you understand, and you're a billionaire, right? Just look at what's that brother's name? Young Dolph, Pop Smoke, all these brothers, right? DMX, Whitney Houston, you name them. They thought money was gonna take them somewhere, was gonna get them away from these type of curses, right? That's what we always say. Like, we need to come up so that way we can get out of the hood, right? But it doesn't matter. Like they always say, you can take a brother out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the brother. Like that, those curses that are in the hood, they're gonna follow you. You understand? They're gonna overtake you. Doesn't matter how hard you run.
Right.
Doesn't matter how far you run. It's gonna come and it's gonna overtake you. Like Young Dolph was a millionaire, you understand? And he still got shot down in the streets, just like a regular brother. You understand? Go ahead, sir. Oh, go ahead, sir.
If I could, like what you're saying is like so heavy, like, because the whole aspect of thinking that the money being power, right? The power and money is supposed to be something that people can rely on. But again, we read these scriptures, they tell you like, the money that we understand what money for here in the I.S.U.P.K is that we use it for defense.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So money is our defense, man. So we know that we use it to survive. You understand? It makes no point of you making all this money and you die, you can't take it with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like these brothers who, like, Zara was naming these, these artists and, celebrities and all that, their power is money. Their God is money. You understand? Their philosophy is thinking that, everything will be solved. You understand? They can get away from these curses by obtaining some type of financial stability.
Right.
For real, all that is to create it to distract you and take you further away from the Most High. Oprah Winfrey I heard she didn't become a millionaire until 30. You understand? Oprah Winfrey, as far as I'm concerned, is one of the most wickedest and evilest women ever.
Yeah.
Put her damn husband in the doghouse. Literally. You understand? That money does not fix your integrity. It does not heal your curses. You know what I'm saying? Being a Black, Latino, Native American, it is actually to be used as a defense in His kingdom. Because that is the oppressor's power. That is his God. So the same way they use their God, they try to use our God against us. We should look at how to use this money and use it how the Bible tells us how to use it. Having an economic system, you understand? Paying your tithes, things like that. You understand? That's how we fix these curses, man.
Right.
Healing brothers and sisters throughout this world, providing, the rent, providing a place for them to go, providing these schools, you understand, under command of GEN.YAHANNA, having a safe haven for Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans to go to. These celebrities use their money and whatever they want to use their money on, whatever the case may be, but it is not to help Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. It will not get you away from these curses.
Right.
Like Young Dolph being shot dead in his hometown. You understand? He had the money to move away to California, right? Calabasas. You understand? And the whatever the California suburbs, whatever the case is. Hell, he could have moved to a different country.
Right.
But us feeling like we have to prove something to our community. It's like I'm the richest nigga here.
Right.
You understand? I'm the richest nigga on the block. I'm that. But again, we suffer from curses. Another curse is having the evil eye towards your brother.
Right.
And that was the minds right there. The brother and envious, jealous. Being in the ghetto, being in the place of curses, and we understand you're gonna die like how the Bible tells us that we're gonna die, man, like men. You understand? We're gonna die like men. And this is the whole point of bringing out these curses right here with Deuteronomy 28.
Yep.
This right here is this is us. This is going to explain everything and prove that Black, Latinos, and Native Americans are the Israelites of the Bible. You understand what that means? It's black.
Yeah, that's heavy because a lot of people think that money, even though it is a defense, right? A lot of people think it's their savior.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But money can't get you away from these curses. You understand?
Right.
Like the thing that's gonna get you away from these curses is stop disobeying the Lord. Stop celebrating Thanksgiving. Stop celebrating, Christmas. What y'all gonna do? Our people are gonna do here coming up, right? And it's gonna keep them cursed. And we're gonna go on to read what else is gonna curse. Go ahead, sir.
Curse. That's like it. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 16. Curse shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Cursed shall we be in the city, man. Like you can see right here in Philadelphia alone, right? What, over 500 murders this year. You understand? That if that's not a curse, I don't know what is, man. You understand? Like over 500 murders. And then you want to complain to us about going out there and trying to save our people. You want to tell us to get a job. You know what I'm saying? We have a job. And that's saving brothers from getting murdered and adding to that statistic of 500 murders in the month. You understand? We're cursed in the city, man. Like we can't go out in these cities and just thrive. Like you see somebody like Young Dolph or DMX. They try and thrive in the city, but what happens? They still end up stuck in these curses because, like I said, the curse shall come and overtake them. You understand? It's not something you could run away from. It's sent by the Most High God. Go ahead, sir.
Oh, yeah, God. Curse shall be thy basket and thy store.
Right? That's pretty self-explanatory. Like, you can open a business, but like we see with COVID-19, it hit mom and pop stores. It hit mom and pop stores. Like our businesses were shut down while their corporations still thrive. You understand? Their Wall Street still thrives. Their big businesses, their Targets, their Walmarts, and all these things, they're just getting bigger and bigger. You understand? Because we go out there and instead of supporting our own people during times of struggle, we want to go to them and support their stores because we think we're a part of this nation. And that's why COVID-19 is hitting us so hard. Because we think we're a part of America, we're going to die with America. We're going to suffer with America. And we're going to suffer even more because these curses will overtake us.
Hey, listen, if I could, you said something heavy. The other companies and stuff, they kept going.
Right.
And all that. It kept flourishing and all that, right? But our doors stayed open too, as well.
Damn right.
That's how you know this is of the Lord.
Right.
These doors stayed open, and what happens? It grew. It grew. While America was being plagued and stopped, their power was the money, which kept them going.
Yep.
But our power here in the Israelites, when you became Yahweh, kept this going as well.
Right.
So it goes right there just to show, like, this is definitely, you know what I'm saying, like, exactly, this is the Bible. You know what I'm saying? This is none but truth in this book. It's like it. That's called on. That's like it.
Yeah, and like cursing the city, man. Like you would think during the pandemic, there's over 400,000 people who got evicted from them cutting off the eviction moratorium. You understand? Black, Hispanic, and Native American people, right? Over 400,000 people got evicted, man. And like they are still living in those, you know, you go downtown Philadelphia, you have $30,000, $40,000 condos, and they're living just fine. You see them walking their dogs downtown and drinking their Starbucks. This it's not affecting them, but it is affecting us in the city. You know what I'm saying? We're the ones out here struggling, right? Like they go on living their lives because, like the Lord says, He says in Amos 3:1 that He only knows us. He only cares about us, and for that cause, He will punish us for our iniquities. Why? Because He wants us to be better men. He wants us to be better women. You understand? Better than these heathens. And it's just like if you're a father and you look at your son, you punish them because you want them to be better than everybody else. Like, let's keep it real. You want your son and your daughters to be better than everybody else. So what do? You punish them to make that son or daughter a better man or woman. You understand? And that's what the Lord wants from us. Right. He wants us to be better than all these heathens, man, and stop doing like they do. Right? Go ahead, sir.
God. Curse shall be the fruit of thy body.
And that's leading into what I was saying. The fruit of your body is your children, man. And we got to understand one thing, all right? Actually, let me see. If you could, could you give me 1 John chapter 2 and verse 3?
All
right. Like, here's the thing, right? A lot of people in the world I've heard say, right, that hatred is taught, right? But you know what they say? You're born, a homosexual, LGBTQ. You're born that way, but hatred is taught. Okay, cool. But I'm going to show you that you teach your children to hate God, right? Go ahead,
Come. This is the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know Him.
So if you think your child knows God because they're celebrating Christmas or because they're doing Thanksgiving or any of these, just because you take them to church on Sunday, go ahead.
If we keep His commandments.
Hereby we do know if we know Him. If we keep His commandments. And the Lord said not to celebrate Christmas. You understand? Go ahead.
Come. Verse 4. He that saith, I know Him, and keepeth not His commandments.
And that's what you're doing when you're teaching your children to not keep His commandments. Go ahead.
Is a liar.
You're just a liar. You don't know God, and your children don't know God. So you're just teaching them lies like what's the holiday? Christmas. Like Christmas. It's a lot, yeah. Like Christmas, you understand? Teaching them lies, man. And making them believe. Like if I could, let's drop that real quick. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 10 and verse 1. All right. Now, you're gonna go and celebrate some dumb holiday like Christmas, believing in your head that it pertains to Christ and Christ's birth, right? And this is why the fruit of our body stay cursed, man, is because you want to go on and believing in the traditions. You don't even know why you celebrate Christmas in the first place. You understand? Like, you're just putting a damn tree in your house. You don't even know why. You understand? You don't even stop to think and ask, like, why do we do this? I know grandmama did it, and her grandmama did it, and why do we do this? Why were they doing it? You don't even stop to ask. When, like, Officer Marah, shout out to Officer Marah, you understand? Like, he was saying, dumb people have smartphones. Yeah, do something smart with it. You understand? Like, look up why you're doing these things. Now, I'm going to show you today that you're just believing in a lie. Tell the people where you're at.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1.
Tell them again.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 1.
Now, I had him read that twice for a good reason. Let's see what it says.
Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
He said house of Israel because just like in Amos 3:1, he says, you only do I know. So he's talking to you, Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian people. Read on.
Verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
He said, don't learn the way of the heathen. Like he said in Leviticus 20:23, don't even walk in the manner of these heathens, man. Don't do the things they do. You understand? Don't try and live the way they live. Don't go chasing after their gods. Go ahead.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Don't be dismayed at the signs of heaven. They look up at the stars. You understand? And they worship the stars. That's why they have the what are those things called? The pyramids mimicking those 3 stars, because they worship those things up there. You understand? But we worship the Most High God. Read on.
For the heathen are dismayed at them.
Because the heathens are dismayed at them. They look up there and they worship these things, and they follow the signs of the times and their zodiac signs. Go ahead.
Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
They're vain. They're just worthless. You understand? Chopping that tree down, putting it in your house, it's just a vain custom. It's not worth nothing. Go ahead.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
Now here comes the Christmas tree. One cuts a tree out of the forest. Go ahead.
The work of the hands of the workman.
It takes a workman to go and do that. That tree don't jump off the floor and come walk inside your house by itself. A man has to go and do that. A man has to go and cut it down. You understand? And bring it. Go ahead.
With the axe.
With the axe. Go ahead.
Verse 4. They deck it with silver and with gold.
You deck the tree. You decorate the tree with silver and gold. So this is talking about the Christmas tree, which is the worship of another God, which the Most High God said, you should have no other God before me. You understand? And you should not, erect any idol. What you put in your house every year is an idol, and you worship another God. You deck that tree with silver and gold, and you even sing songs to it like silver and gold, silver and gold. You understand? Go ahead.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers because it's a dumb tree. If you leave it standing up, it's not going to be able to stand on its own. It's going to fall over. Go ahead.
That it move not.
So it don't move, so it don't fall like a dumb tree would fall. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 5. They are upright as the palm tree.
They stand upright like the palm tree. That evergreen tree, it stands in your house. It's decorated with silver and gold. You put presents underneath it, not knowing that you're worshiping Nimrod. All right, go ahead.
But speak not.
They don't speak. Go ahead.
They must needs be born.
They must needs be born, meaning carried. Somebody has to carry that tree. It can't carry itself. It can't walk. You understand? And I brought this out because of the lies that it pertains to. All right. They tell you that what we just described right here in the Bible, what the Most High God told us not to do, not to celebrate this, and don't put this tree in your home. They tell you that it pertains to Christ. It pertains to his birthday. Tell them where you're at again.
Jeremiah 10, verse 5.
Jeremiah is the Old Testament. The Old Testament. If this Christmas tree pertains to Christ, Christ ain't even born yet. How does this Christmas tree pertain to Christ? You just want to believe in the lies, man. You don't want to hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. You just want to do it. You say it's for the kids, but really you just want to do it because it's tradition. You've done it, and you stay nostalgic about it. So you go on. You don't care about your children. You don't care that they're gonna suffer the curses of God. You'd rather them have a present and under the tree. You'd rather do this, keep this custom going, rather than listen to the Lord. You understand? But I brought that out. I bought say that where he was 3 times, I believe it was. 3 times, you understand, to let you know where he was. And that's pertaining to the Christmas tree. Christ wasn't even born yet. So how does bringing a tree, what the Lord said, don't bring a tree in your house. How does that pertain to Christ? He wasn't even born yet. All right. So go ahead, sir.
Oh no, if I could, it's a black and every year we go through the same thing. You understand? Bringing these scriptures out, telling brothers and sisters that Christmas is in the Bible.
Right.
The instructions on why people don't even know why they're doing this stuff like that. They don't even know why they decorating it. They don't know why they putting the ornaments on. They don't know why, but it's clearly in the Bible. This book is not a book of prophecy. You understand? In the world that we live in, it's the matrix.
Right.
You understand? The fact that it's in the Bible and it's in the scriptures, telling us that, the whole process of, when do we ever do this? We don't do this no other time. There's nobody putting trees in their house other than what this so-called holiday of Christmas. Ain't nobody else doing it. You understand? This is the time where, again, we bring these scriptures out just to show that these holidays is coming up. Christmas. We just celebrated the mass genocides of our Native American, you understand, First Nation men, women, and children. You understand? Now we about to celebrate a day of Nimrod, which is our wife brought out, which would have went into it with Nimrod. And go do the history on Nimrod. Right. You understand? Just go do the research and understand Nimrod. Go see what the story on Nimrod is. And then realize that this is what your so-called holiday with the oppressor push on this Christmas is about. You understand? Go figure out why that people put these what's those things that they put on the houses? Like
a wreath.
A wreath. Yeah. You understand? Go figure out what the wreath is and what all this is about. Right. Go do some research, man. You understand? Go look for some origin of things and just stop doing things just because it's so-called tradition in your family. Or it's not even tradition. It's something that your family was taught. You understand? This has nothing to do with this. You understand? This is a heathen custom. These things is what the other nations did. Had nothing to do with us. Right. You understand? Christmas still don't have nothing to do with us. They took Santa Claus down, but you see that the so-called Santa Claus, right, is a white man. Right. Going down chimneys in the goddamn hood. There ain't no chimney. I ain't grow up with no goddamn chimney in my house, man. You understand? Right. So it don't make sense for this story to be spread, you understand, through America, through this land. And again, the agenda being pushed behind it is to just get us closer, further away from our God. Get us further away from our law, statutes, and commandments. To show our children, with this holiday coming up for Christmas, is to be selfish. That's what Christmas teaches your children how to be. It's right. How to be selfish. You understand? It's about me. The same thing with birthdays. Right. You understand? The same thing with, every other holiday out here is to teach us how to be selfish, how to think about ourselves, man. And every high holy day that we have, and the Israelite school I.S.U.P.K is to remind us of, to how to teach us to be brotherly, how to be sisterly amongst one another, how to not forget about each other, man. These holidays teach us how to forget about each other, man. Damn right. You understand? Here in America, Christmas, New Year's, and wait till New Year's, man. I know somebody's house gonna burn down from the tree.
Somebody's gonna get shot.
Something's gonna happen. I heard a brother got shot. You understand? Here in Philadelphia. A brother got shot. Now check this out. A brother got kicked out of a house because, he was in the Thanksgiving. He did celebrating this wicked holiday in Thanksgiving. Got kicked out of somebody's house because they assumed that this brother had stole some wine. So they kicked the brother out. The brother went to his house, you understand? And now they're chasing him to go confront him about the wine that he sold. And this brother came out shooting at everybody. And you know what? Not only did he shoot at them, not only you got bullets ringing on Thanksgiving, an innocent person was struck eating at the Thanksgiving table. A bullet went into another man's house. That's how the Lord works. While this person had nothing to do with the altercation, just because this brother was sitting at the table, you understand, busting down on that dry ass turkey tilapia on the cranberry sauce and got hit. You understand? Why you was at the table? Just because this brother was celebrating another holiday. It does not just affect you, it affects your brother, man. Right. You understand? These holidays, you may go 10, 20 years celebrating New Year's. You understand? You may go 10, 30 years celebrating. You don't know. You can end up in an altercation or some situation happen and it'll kill the next brother. Because we're not supposed to be celebrating these things. Because the Lord told us, you understand, to stop following these heathen customs. These heathen customs don't have nothing to do with us, man. We celebrated the Feast of Hanukkah. We still getting lit. You know what I'm saying? We see the candles and all that. The candles just went out, but you see what's going down. You understand? This brings us closer to one another. You understand? You would never have an altercation in our high holy day, man. Right. We sit here and rejoice, man. We sit here and rejoice behind integrity. You understand? We sit here and rejoice and remember our ancestors, man. Learning our history. Learning our tradition, man. These goddamn Christmas, they about to go celebrate behind an African man. Correct. Who had sex with his wife. His mom. His night. You understand? Who had sex with his mother. You understand? Yeah. Go do these origins. Go figure out why you celebrating these things. Just don't be doing it just cause, man. Go 2022 in the middle of this pandemic of COVID-20, because they say they found COVID, but this COVID-19 going on, man, go do some research. Go do some goddamn research, man. You understand? 2 years we've been suffering under this pandemic. The Lord cursing this earth, man. You understand? Trying to purify this earth. You know what I mean? Warning this earth. Because we go out every weekend and tell brothers to stop celebrating these wicked holidays, man. You know, the Lord had to seize America. You know what I'm saying? Had to put the world on pause.
Oh, word.
You understand? This is the works of the Most High, man, because the Lord tells us, been telling us to stop following these heathens, stop following these customs, man. 2022, we still thinking of a white man coming down your goddamn chimney and giving you gifts. For what? For what? What do you deserve a gift for?
Right.
You understand? Blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, come out of America, man. You understand? Get away from these customs. Get into these classes, man. Go do some research. You got the smartphones. Go do some research, man. Go do some research, man. Just go look at the origin of these holidays. It's that simple. Right. It's that simple. And then ask yourself, after you read these things, does this have anything to do about you? Does this have anything to do with us as a nation, as Blacks, Latinos, First Nation men and women? It don't have nothing to do with us, man. It's like,
yeah, you know, like the oppressor is such a subtle beast. You understand? They know, you want to hide anything from a Black or Hispanic, put it in a book, right? They give us this technology of this smartphone, and you can go and search everything that you could possibly think of, right? But what do you do with it instead? You make TikTok videos and dance around. You understand? They know who they're dealing with, all right? So, yeah. Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's finish in Deuteronomy then, real quick.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 18, middle of the verse. And the fruit of thy land, the increase of thine kind, and the flocks of thy sheep.
I mean, that's pretty self-explanatory. Everything that we have is just going to be cursed, man. Like you can equate that, the flocks of your sheep and the increase of your kind, like you could equate that to today, like your cars, your vehicles, your things that you have. You understand how our cars break down. We're struggling out here while these devils have a new Maserati, parked down. If you go down some street in their neighborhood, the whole street is filled with Maseratis and Lamborghinis and whatnot. Go ahead.
Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in.
Cursed shall we be when we come in. When we come in our own house, you understand? If you don't have that gift on, Christmas Day, like, you're gonna be cursed in that house, man. You're gonna be hated. And then let's say you do bring the gifts, you do hide them under your tree. You understand? You're just gonna give the credit to that fat, jolly man in that red jumpsuit, that pretend fairy tale. You're gonna give all the credit to him, and your children are not gonna look at him as the superhero. Just like they look at Superman and Spider-Man as their superheroes, instead of looking at the strong Black and Hispanic men in their house as their superhero. You give all the credit to that devil. You understand? Go ahead.
Cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
And curse when we go out, man. We can't even go in our house or out our house because we're just overtaken by these curses. And when we read Psalms 121, you understand? Right here. When we read Psalms 121, it says, at the end, it says, the Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. Like, the Lord will preserve us from all evil if we follow his law, statutes, and commandments, if we obey him. You understand? Like he said in verse 1 in Deuteronomy 28:1. You understand? If we hearken unto him. It says here in Psalms 121, it says, he shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in. Meaning you can go out in this city and you'll be tawab. You'll be all right. You could come in your house and your house will be in order, man. But you have to hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. You understand? So we would be cursed if we don't follow, the Lord's law, statutes, and commandments when we come in our house, man, and when we go out our house. You know how much of a burden it is to put up that type of burden of Christmas. How, like, we was all in the world. We all had to do that dumb holiday. I hated that holiday, man. I hated it. Christmas. You understand? Having to work extra hours just to put some gifts under the tree and then say that this devil was the one who brought it, and then watch my kids just destroy the damn toys, and they're gone the next week. You know what I'm saying? And whose pockets get fatter? Not ours, not our basket. You understand? Theirs do, right? So you go and read on, sir.
The Lord shall send upon thee curses, vexation, and rebuke in all that thou settest thine hand unto for to do.
You see that? Like, it don't matter. He said all that you put your hands on is gonna be cursed. You could be the best rapper. You could be Young Dolph and DMX and all these, Pop Smokes and all that. You could be them, and you still gonna. It's not gonna amount to nothing to the Lord. You still gonna die one way or the other. You're still gonna be struggling one way or the other. You're gonna be hooked on drugs. You're gonna die. You're gonna sit back and say crack is whack, but then you're gonna overdose on crack, man. Go ahead.
God, until thou be destroyed.
Until we be destroyed, man, because these things shall overtake us, man. Like, imagine you're trying to run away from something, and this something catches up to you and holds you and grabs you and pins you down, man. That's what these curses are, man. They're gonna chase after you, and they will catch up to you, because, like the scripture says, man, that nobody can deliver out of the Lord's hands. Go ahead, sir.
And until thou perish quickly, because of the wickedness of thy doings, whereby thou hast forsaken me.
Because that's why. Because we have forsaken the Lord. Now imagine, I always like to say this scenario, like you're a father, right? You're a good father. You have your rules in your house. You keep your rules strict, but you do provide for that child. You do have a house for them to sleep in, a bed. You give them food. Their stomachs are never empty. You understand? They never need clothes. Everything is taken care of. You might even give access of stuff like the best Xbox that they can have, the best toys that they can ever have. And now one day that child comes in and he says, you know what, Dad, I don't like your rules here. I can have it better over there at Billy Bob's house. Imagine how you would feel. Like, that child's forsaking you. You're gonna say, you know what, go get out of my house then, and go to Billy Bob's house and see just how good you have it over there, and you'll find out just how good you had it here. And that's what the Lord did to us, man. He said, you know what, you've forsaken me. Get out my house. You will not be called by my name. Read on, sir.
The Lord shall make the pestilence cleave unto thee, until he have consumed thee from all the land, whether thou goest to possess it. The Lord shall smite thee with a consumption, with a fever, and with an inflammation.
Now, ain't that funny? Like, we're number one in COVID-19, man. Like, he's going to smite us with a fever and inflammation and extreme burning. Like, you have number one in COVID, and diabetes, and heart disease, and all these things, man. Because it's a curse from the Lord, man. We did not hearken unto our God. Go ahead.
And with an extreme burning, and with the sword, and with blasting, and with mildew, and they shall pursue thee until thou perish.
Until we perish, man. Just like you see, the celebrity, scenario is the best one, because, like, you try and get away from it, but it's just gonna pursue you. You know what I'm saying? Until you perish, until you die. All right. We can go ahead and end it on that. All right. We're gonna go ahead and send up the prayers. Abba, we might need to call you up again. Salaki, brother. All right. With that, I mod you. Just a minute up here. Abba, we're gonna go ahead and call you up again.
Ibad Haya Ban Bunyamyam Ban Yashral.
Abad Haya Ban Bunyamyam Ban Yashral.
Yahweh Shemel Shabrakam.
Yahweh Shemel Shabrakam. answer, if you don't mind.
I.S.U.P.K, which means to Israel.
All right, men of Israel, we're gonna line up to salute the Torah.
Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai Barak Yah.
Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai Barak Yah. All right. Amajim, everybody. Upon Wakadom, which means turn and face to the east. All right, we're going to send up these prayers. You want to take the Hebrew again, sir?
This is the Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Read after me. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Kodash.
Ayah.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Malakuka.
Nabah.
Zaka. Ayah.
I.S.U.P.K,
Barata. Kawok. Ayah. Ashmai. Adanana. Lakam. Ka. Yawam. Wasalakna. Kabawatna. Wasalakna. Kabawatna. Wala. Abiyaina. Walasayawo. Abo. Awshaina. Mayan. Ra. Kaya. Laka. Malakwa. Baal. Para. Aman. In the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it.
This is our God. Prayer for the power.
Yahweh.
B'Shem Yahushai.
B'Shem Yahushai. Baba Kishor. Adananaw. Akat. Larapa. Kamakala. Kamarwa. Akat. Latahor. Amatazran. Akat. Akwin. Amati. Akat. Arakwa. Atamala. Gershon. B'Shem Yahushai. Waraman. And the English, Yahweh. In the name Yahushai. Please give us the power. The power to heal. All manner of sickness. And all manner of disease. The power to cleanse the lepers. The power to raise the dead. The power against unclean spirits. To cast them out. In the name Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
It's a prayer to bless Israel Hebrew. Yahweh.
B'Shem Yahushai. Barak Lanao. Wayasharal. Wabaya. Siparim. Barak. B'Shem Yahushai. Waraman. In the English, Yahweh. In the name Yahushai. Bless us and Israel and the schools. In the name Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
It's a prayer for the blessings in Hebrew.
Barak.
Atah Yahweh.
Wayahushai. Wamayaka Allah. Walahai. Tazba'a. Alawap Yahanna. Alawap. Asaranya. Akwatiyani. Akayayani. Wagwati. Yahweh. B'Shem Yahushai. The Waraman. In the English, bless you, Yahweh. And Yahushai. And Michael. And the angel. Commanding General Yohanan. The generals. The captains. The officers. The troopers. And the sisters. Yahweh. In the name Yahushai. Thank you. So be it.
Psalm 21 in Hebrew. I.S.U.P.K.
Ayanya. Ahori. Mayan. Yabaa. Isoriah. Ma'ai,
Yahweh,
I.S.U.P.K, Shemaiah, Wa'aratiza, Al-Yudan, Lamuwat, Regalka, Al-Yanawam, Shamarka, Manala'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yahishun, Shalomar, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamarka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Aliyah, Yamyaka, Yawmam, Ashamash, Yakaika, Wairaq, Yahweh, Yashamarka, Kara, Yashmor, Abnapashka, Yahweh, Yashmor, Tazalka, Aika, Waidud, Waidawalam. In the English, I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
I will lift up my eyes into the hills.
From whence come my help?
From whence cometh my help?
My help comes from the Lord,
My help cometh from the Lord,
which made heaven and earth.
which made heaven and earth.
He will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
Will not suffer thy foot to be moved.
He that keepeth thee
He that keepeth thee
will not slumber.
will not slumber.
Behold,
Behold,
he that keepeth
he
Israel
that keepeth Israel
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
shall neither slumber nor sleep.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy keeper.
The Lord is thy shade
The Lord is thy shade
upon thy right hand.
upon thy right hand.
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
The sun shall not smite thee by day,
nor the moon by night.
nor the moon by night.
The Lord shall preserve thee
The Lord shall preserve thee
from all evil.
from all evil.
He shall preserve thy
He
soul.
shall preserve thy soul.
The Lord shall preserve thy going
The
out
Lord shall preserve thy going out
and thy coming in
and thy coming in.
from this time forth
This time forth
and even forevermore.
and even forevermore.
This Psalms 83 in Hebrew. Alayam.
Alayam,
Al-Damiyalaka.
Al-Damiyalaka,
Al-Dakarash.
Al-Dakarash,
Al-Dashakwa.
Al-Dashakwa,
Al.
Kayahana, Al-Yabika, Yamam, Yawam, Ra'ash, Al-Imaka, Al-Yamwa, Sawada, Ayatod, Ya'itazawod, Al-Tazapawanyaka, Amorwa, Lakawa, Manakakina, Magalia, Wala'a, Yazakor, Sham Yasharala, Iwada, Kaya, Ya'itazawod, Laba, Yakadwa, Alika, Barya, Yakarafa, Alayud, Adawum, Ayashama, Ariyum, Awaba, Vagori, Gabal, Imawan, Imalak, Palashat, Amyashabi, Tazawod, Gamashawod, Nalawat, Imam, Hayawat, Zarawat, Labanyalawat, Salah, Aishalaham, Kamadia, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayabia, Badakal, Bayashwan, Ashamadwa, Bayan, Ta'ara, Hayawad, Naman, Nardatma, Shadamwa, Kayabwa, Kaira, Kazabak, Kazabak, Kazatamana, Kalnasi Kamwa, Ashore, Amorwa, Nairasha, Lanawa, Lagwa, Alayo, Alayo, Shadamwa, Gawgala, Kakwash, Apanyaraka, Ash, Naba Ira, Kalabak, Dalahat, Ariyum, Kam, Ardapma, Basairaka, Wabasa, Apaska, Kabalum, Balaa, Hanyam, Malawum, Vaibakashwa, Shamka, Yahweh, Yabashwa, Wabahawa, Ayai, Waikaporwa, Wayabadwa, Waidaira, Kayata, Shamka, Yahweh, Yabadka, Aliwan, Al-Karatza. In the English, keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Keep not thy silence, O Yahweh.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still, O Yahweh.
Be not still, O Yahweh.
For lo,
Lo,
thy enemies make a tumult,
thy enemies make a tumult.
and they that hate thee
They that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people.
and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Consulted against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
let's cut them off
from being a nation,
being a nation.
that the name of Israel
The name of Israel
may be no more
be
remembered.
no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
They have consulted together
with one consent.
one consent.
They are confederate against
They
thee,
are confederate against thee.
the tabernacles of Edom,
Tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites,
Ishmael,
of Moab,
Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur is also joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah, do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kishar, which perished at Endor, became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Ziyad, yea, all their princes, as a Bach, and as a Moon, who say, let's take to ourselves the house of God in possession. Oh my power, make them like a wheel, as a stubble before the wind, as a fire burneth the wood, and as a flame set the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy temper, and make them afraid with thy stone. Fill their face with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Yahweh, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, are the most high over all the earth. Sar, which means to turn. Yeshabia, sisters, you can be seated. All right, we're going to give one courtesy salute to the men. All right. Men of Israel, Ahmad Shabbat, Ahmad, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Barakatuh. Sar, turn and face the sisters. Sisters, Imajim. All right, your Imajim Shabbat's going to be feet at a 45-degree angle, your right hand clasped over your left, and your head bowed and covered. When we say to salute, you're going to smite your chest with your right hand, and you're going to salute back. All right, men of Israel, Imajim Shabbat, Imajim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, got your top, class dismissed. Yeah.